So, what is the dinosaur connect for Operation 666?
What is the?
Dinosaur connect.
There is no dinosaur.
Because the dinosaur shared the teaser yesterday.
Oh, like that. Oh no, there's no correction. It's just my producer is. It was my producer basically who reached out and he.
Vaishak.
Okay,
So that's the reason Prabhas posted about it.
There's no. There is nothing more I can say. When you said dinosaur, I was like 1 second. But it really, I checked my feed 2-3 times to see if it is, because you have so many fake accounts.
Okay.
I was like,
is it originally Prabhas or not?
original?
Okay.
Then I was like crazy. Like I didn't understand. First half an hour I was like in a trance. But I'm so grateful.
Hi Hemanth.
Hi.
I'm Dheeraj from M9 News. Very glad to meet you actually.
Same here.
So I was going through your films. So the thing is, like, Kavaldari is my first theatrical film of yours. I still haven't watched the Gode Vanna film. I haven't watched. I don't know why, but I still couldn't watch it. But I follow all of your work. The major thing I like from your films is the empathy factor. Whatever the scenario, whatever the character, or whatever the film, either the character may be grey or the situation may be grey, or it could be a most fatal situation. There will be an empathy factor in the film or from your characters. Where does the empathy come from, Hemanth?
I think it comes from the way I have been brought up, from my mother, from my father. I think as human beings, we are shaped by what we grow up around with. I grew up in a very loving environment. So I was, I think, taught to care and be empathetic from a very young age. I think it comes from that. It's upbringing mostly.
Okay.
I can't take any credit for it. It's just my parents and the way they look at it. And I have always noticed that in storytelling, the stories that I have connected with the most are films that invoke empathy in me, not sympathy. In storytelling, I have experienced both. When you're, as a viewer, making somebody sympathize for somebody is easier to do. Making somebody empathize with a character is harder to do as a craft. True. So I obviously, learned that while observing cinema.
Okay.
And I tried to inculcate that in my films.
No, but the thing is, creating empathy or making the audience empathize towards a positive character is understandable. But how are you able to make the audience or the scenario able to empathize to the negative characters as well? Because while watching Andhadhun, the climax, Ayushmann Khurrana, even after losing his eyes, even after on the verge of losing his life, he still proves an empathy factor towards Tabu. He requests the doctor, "Sir, please let her go, don't kill her," kind of. That's the biggest empathetic factor for me. And even for Kavaldaru, the character, though it is a karma is a boomerang kind of a thing, it still have empathy towards the society, towards the character, people surrounding him. He wanted to be a cop, but he is stuck in the traffic cop kind of thing. He will have empathy towards the people who cares for, who just pass on kind of. How does that work? He is even empathetic towards the villain as well in the film. That's something that shocks me in your writing.
And I have not thought too much about it, sir. I've always tried to approach it from, there are very few bad people in the world. I mean, there are lots of bad people in the world, let me rephrase. But there are, all of us, if we come together as society, we can unanimously agree that there are some people who are bad in the way they are made. It could be people who hurt kids, who hurt animals, where there is violence deeply baked into them, which is not explainable. Like you have psychopaths, sociopaths. For them, it is like a psychological disorder, like the wiring is wrong. But most other bad people are just surviving. It is a way of finding their place in the world. The world is a cruel place, so they end up becoming cruel, probably because of how they were shaped. If you come from an environment of lot of love and you still become a evil, bad person, then there must be something deeply wrong with you inside. I think it's a lot to do with conditioning. I always look at people who are, recently I like reading generally So I was reading about addiction, and because of, I believe that the new addiction that all of us have been put under is the addiction of technology and smartphones. And it's a thing that we don't really understand how serious it is.
True.
But when you sit down and actually think about it, the number of hours in a day that goes away, it's not about productivity. It is about filling your head in a way that you are not in control.
True.
So when I was like, why is this, how is this happened? Is it, so I was generally reading about it. And when I was reading about it, they talk about how certain predispositions exist in all human beings to be addictive. So it is again conditioning. We are conditioned to use the mobile phone. We are conditioned to look at reels. We are conditioned for algorithms. So something else is removing our sense of will and agency from us. So that can happen to anybody. So I keep asking myself, for a bad person, what made him bad? Why is he like that? So if we can figure out that empathetic element, that's an interesting sort of a way to look at it. And films is not about taking sides. I like a very, the audience, I trust the audience to judge for themselves and put them in difficult situations where they have to empathize with the bad guy also. But it's a tricky thing to crack.
Very, very tricky it is. Because till then, people will hate her or him, the character. And all of a sudden, or in a course of the last 15 minutes or 20 minutes, people will feel the character will feel empathize towards that negative character.
Correct,
as well. So that's something very rare to see in Indian cinema.
And for me, the main reason of producing a film like Ajñatavasi was because it is addressing such a holy thing. A man, doing something so ghastly is going against nature. So I was like, how does that work? I'm curious about those things. I don't know why, but I'm curious about it. But it is a manipulation. Like, for example, in Sapta, when we were doing, there is a scene where Rukmini's marriage, if I remember correctly, I have about 17 takes of one shot.
Okay.
When on the Kalungra that husband is putting, her reaction to it is pain, and then she smiles, telling it's okay, it didn't hurt so much. That smile could be very evil also. If I had just made her used another take where she is, because I'm cutting with Rakshit's character getting hit in the jail, if I put that shot of her enjoying, or if she is just smiling happily, here the shot that exists in the film is that she is forcing a smile.
Exactly.
But she is in pain, which is what the love is. But it couldn't be together. But if that performance, if it was something else, which I have a take of where she is smiling gleefully.
Okay, that wouldn't make any sense.
If you put that, it will make her the villain there.
Exactly.
It might sell more tickets also. You never know.
Forget the tickets, but she will be a unnecessarily bitch.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no reason to do that. So you have to be careful where you take a side, where you place the camera, which perspective you place the camera. I'll try to be as neutral to the story as possible.
Okay. No, that's an interesting. That's what I was while watching Kavaldaru, while watching Andhadhunar, while watching Saptasagar. Even for Saptasagar Dachayillo, the hero will be feeling bad for the guy who had sent him to jail because post the character died while doing yoga. I was like, okay, now his career is gone and all. He will have a factor of why was he not able to come out of the jail? Because he is the one who promised him to come out of the jail. But he doesn't curse him. The characters, Rakshit never curses him. When he get to know that, okay, this is what happened, he just loses his hope. That's it. But he never curses him because it was his decision to come down to the jail. So even that is an empathy factor for me. If I look at it in that specific way. So that's one thing that I've always wondered about your writing and that.
No, I don't know. I don't think too much about it.
Okay.
But I guess I like seeing good people on screen, I think.
No, that's why you might know or not know this. People from Telugu states who watch your films, they'll call you the Relangi Mavaya of Kannada cinema.
I don't know what that is.
Relangi Mavaya, because Relangi is the character created by Srikanth Addala.
Okay.
Relangi Mavaya. So he's the most positive guy you will ever see in a film. The film is Sitama Vakitli Sirmala Chettu.
Okay.
So Prakash Raj said on the role. So he will be the most good guy you will ever see. He won't hate anyone. He will even love his people around, whoever wants to hurt him as well. So you are called the Relangi Mavaya of Kannada cinema.
I am very flattered. Thank you.
Cool. So let's come to Operation Triple Six Operation. The thing is, when I watched the teaser yesterday, there are too many details in the teaser itself. The 999 upside down is 666, kind of all those details, and the Dali Dhananjay character intro, and so I was like, okay, I was watching around some 4 to 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, and I was able to find some of the new detail while watching every time. So are you like, okay, are you in the writing process or in the releasing the content process? So will you think in a way that, okay, audience should find something new in my content, kind of? Are you very conscious about it?
Not very conscious, but I know that how you package a teaser, how you package a trailer, how you make a film is like a magic box. It's like how very famously Hitchcock spoke about, if we are talking and if we say there is a bomb under the chair and then we talk, now that conversation immediately becomes interesting, because all of us who are watching is like, when will the bomb go off? So withholding information is a key aspect of storytelling. How the information is put across, it's a very integral part of the job. So it's not by accident. Everything in the teaser is meant to sort of,
raise the curiosity.
Is to invoke curiosity, because I want people to see, in an attention deficit economy where nobody has patience for any one thing, I want to be able to grab their imagination for 2 minutes.
Now even Reels got the fast forward option.
Exactly. So I want them, if I can grab their attention, then I am winning their heart. I am promising that, okay, the film will have some more of this. So that is the purpose of a teaser. Also to show the scale, the magnitude, how we have achieved, what we have achieved, what is the world of the film. So those are all thought processes that went into cutting the teaser. But I was very clear that I don't want to reveal the story.
And then nothing is revealed actually.
Yeah.
The only thematic I understood is everything became upside down all of a sudden. So that's how the scenario is running around. So that's the only thing I understood in the teaser.
It's correct.
Yeah, because that guy is Agent 999. Shivraj Kumar is. And the title is Operation 666 Dream Theater.
Correct.
Dream Theater. And so the 6 is also mentioned, placed in such a way that, okay, it becomes 6 or 9 when it got reversed. So the world is upside down, and what will the guys do? So that's what I understood through the teaser.
Perfect. That is perfect. And see, in Sapta, for example, when I'm shooting, I also shoot specifically for the teaser, specifically for the trailer, which will not be there in the film.
Okay.
In Sapta, for the first teaser, the teaser is basically Rukmini's character putting the tape and recording, and then there is one long shot of Rakshit listening to the conch. But he's listening, the sound of waves is not there. He's listening to her voice, and the shot is just on him. After that, it cuts to some 3-4 fast shots. Now this shot is not there in the film. While shooting only, I was like, I want something which will give the vibe of the film. Which is the right, it captures the soul of the film.
Yeah. So and that will also set the expectation for the audience as well.
Exactly. So similarly, in Operation Dream Theater, there is one bit like that which is not there in the film.
Okay.
Which is just there to sort of give a vibe of the film.
Okay. So we need to wait for it to find out what it is. Okay. And why 80s?
I grew up on those films. I grew up on Dr. Rajkumar's CID series. He was the first Indian actor to do the CID series, the James Bond Indian version. 2 directors, Dheeraj Babu. Very ambitious film to even mount at that time. That kind of stunts and, the villain's lair. But the ideas were not fully translating. As a kid, it didn't matter to me. Like, for example, the villain's voice, they were not able to modulate it to sound like a villain.
Okay.
It would sound like a character only. So next scene when the character comes, it's like, I know the voice, he's the villain. But as a kid, I couldn't tell.
Okay,
as a kid, I was like, oh.
So it was like a major reveal itself.
It was like a major reveal for me as a kid. But now when I watch it, I am like, they have not hidden it well. But for that era, it was very fresh.
True.
So those kind of things the world of cinema and how encapsulating it can be. Like there's this incident when I went to a theater in Mysore with my father. It's the first time I went to a film, Sterling Theatre. We went, it was around 5 o'clock show. All the stores were open, bright day, evening. I finished the film, came out. Firstly, film was like a magic thing. I came out, it had rained, all stores were closed because Mysore is a very sleepy town. By 8 o'clock, everything shuts down. And it looked like, where was I? For like, how long was I inside, you know? It felt like I went to some other universe. So, cinema for me is like that, no? So I wanted to create that world, basically.
Okay. So you're actually taking the audience to some other world. Immersing in some other world, kind of.
Yes.
Okay. Because the thing is, the nostalgia or the 80s setup, the rustic kind of filmmaking, it's almost at the saturation point right now. Because of so much of films coming down, not only from Kannada but also from Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, all the languages. So at such a stake, so it is like a bigger risk for you right now, because there are hundreds of films coming from Malayalam cinema, lots of films from Tamil and even Telugu. Recently, Peddi was also from the same kind of 1990s, 80s kind of a film. So when audience were not treated that they are not getting anything fresh or new, immersing them in the specific world or the timeline is a tougher task.
Correct.
If it is something new, they are experiencing it for the first time, then it is fine. Same thing happened for Avatar, right?
Correct.
For Avatar, it was a completely new experience.
World. Yeah.
The world is new. People were like, wow, what's happening around the trees, the plants, everything was like awesome. When it comes to the second part, they already got used to it, but at least they were able to enjoy the cinematic things. But when it comes to the part 3, people are like, okay, I'm done with this. The world is not new to me. So same thing is happening for the 80s or the nostalgia kind of a thing, the thematics right now.
100%. I feel it is a bigger challenge to do the film in that space today because of like you said, the saturation. It has become the most hip and happening space to go into.
Exactly.
But I look at it more like a interesting challenge for my entire team, because it truly requires my entire team to come together to build a universe which has to be solid enough, because world building is something that is not easy to do.
True.
Just by wearing costume, just by changing, lots of film get it wrong just with that appeal.
True.
The costumes will look authentic, but the world doesn't look authentic. If the world looks authentic, the lighting and the way they've shot it won't look authentic. So for us, it is like we look at it from the perspective of let's build a world from the scratch. The world building is what we have spent maximum amount of time on, because we have shot it in a very old school way. We have used vintage lenses. We have used the colors, the way we have graded the film. Advait, the way we have graded the film. The sets that we have built, and even the colors that we have used in the sets, the kind of ornaments that we have used, all of it is of a certain era. So a lot of time has gone into getting that detailing right, so that it's like the difference between going to a hotel that offers authentic biryani to a place that actually being authentic. So we are trying to be that differentiator, the entire team.
So hope it will be like
hopefully the audience
eating a donne biryani in
Bangalore.
Not in Hyderabad.
We are hoping to create that experience.
That's what
I hope the audience
it is visible. The intent is visible, the efforts are visible, because even the makeup for Shivraj Kumar, the kind of texture it is on it, because right now the makeup is very soft. It is not that layered kind of. The layers are not visible right now. But for Shivraj Kumar, when I pause and see his face, the texture is visible on his cheeks.
No, all that credit has to go to my entire team, because see, all of this I can desire. I can come up with the plan saying I want all of this.
You can dream anything, but achieving it is...
Achieving it requires everybody to come onto the same thing and get on board to my madness and my wavelength. So I am very happy to have that family, from makeup, from costume, from production design, from cinematography, to create that world.
True. Also, the thing is like, okay, Saptasagar Dacha got released in Telugu, both side A and side B. Why Kavaldaru wasn't released? Because it was remade in Telugu as Kapatadari with Hemanth. That we understood. But even after receiving so much love for it, even from the Hyderabad shows and all, why haven't you planned to release it in Telugu?
I think it was before the era of pan India films.
By then, but KGF got released.
No. KGF came. Kavaldaari came before KGF.
Okay.
So it was for us itself, it was like the fact that Godivanna and Rangitaranga, I should give credit to, was the first film that showed massive audience outside Karnataka for Kannada films. In the US, Rangitaranga did phenomenal numbers, which gave people like me confidence.
But even U-Turn was also run.
U-Turn was much later. So we then released it in the US, and then we were like, okay, let's also take our films there. So if I had done Kavaldaari today, definitely I would have tried to take the film to as many places as possible. Especially to Telugu, because like I have said many times before, film is like a religion here. So it's beautiful to take film to the audience. It's a great feeling. So but I always believe that even with Sapta, we had kept everything ready. All the dubbed versions we had ready, but we had not planned for a pan-India release. The film should take you. You can't force the film onto another market. I believe it has to be organic. So whatever interest is coming has to be. So right now we have released the teaser in Telugu and Tamil. Now the audience from there will show interest, hopefully, and say, okay, this is something we want to watch. So the film itself will take us to that particular market, is what we are hoping for. We'll work towards that also.
Okay. Because when I was watching Kavaldaru, there will be this sequence of my main protagonist checking the crime files, and there will be the character sitting over there, the crime happened characters. So whenever he puts the file aside, the family will move they'll go from the room kind of. So I have seen those kind of scene compositions earlier as well. We have seen this in Charlie Chaplin films kind of, and there are few Telugu films as well who used it, because earlier we used to see this, right? Like whenever the mother or the father reads the letter, the son or the daughter will be sitting over there reading it loud kind of. So we have seen that kind of scene composition, but that actually took me directly into their story, because you need not to create some unnecessary other blocks for it to again explain the story to the audience. It was like, okay, this is the case, these are the people, these are the affected guys, this is the crime happened, done. So almost 30-40 minutes of a story is done in some 5 minutes. That is some beautiful composition I have seen for a very, very long time then.
Thank you so much. It's very nice to hear when somebody appreciates these things, because it is filling a page when from a writing perspective. I like, they say, brevity is the soul of wit. How quickly you can get an emotion across with the least amount of effort, using the least amount of visuals, is the aspiration of excellence in cinema. The masters, like you mentioned, Charlie Chaplin and all the greats that I have grown up as a student, that is what I look to observe. Such a complex emotion, they explained it in one shot.
Simple thing, yes.
And I am always trying to see if I can get that. It's very difficult, obviously. Once in a while, you'll get it right.
It is.
But when you get it right, you feel really special, because you have said so much without even opening character's mouth.
Yeah, there are lots of sequences like that in Kavalda and even in Saptasagar Dacha. But Saptasagar Dacha, it was like a soothing film. It will take your time. It will make you relax. It will make it is like a laid back conversation. Watching a laid back conversation, it is like okay. It need not. There is no rush in the film. There is no people who is rushing you to completely concentrate on the film. Just feel it. Feel the vibe. Feel the calmness of the film, calmness of the characters. Even though there is some rush in the character's ideology or that kind of a characteristic trait, but even eventually he will also slow down. So the film actually made me calm. Okay, there is no rush for me. Even while writing the review of that film when it got released in Telugu, I was like, see, let me sink in it for a while, at least for some 30 minutes, 40 minutes kind of.
Nice.
So we actually kind of, whenever if the show finishes at 11:15, we immediately come down and start writing reviews because we need to publish it immediately as well, because the first comes first kind of a thing. So. But for Saptasagar Dacha, I was like, no, just let me sink in that feel. Let me at least appreciate that efforts. I was like, man, okay. Specifically the side B closure part. After that video got released, the making video, like on the beach, you opened that frame and all. I was like, okay. These guys put in so much efforts, and I was not worried about the efforts, but I was like more of feeling that calmness, that simplicity of the characters and everything. So Saptasagar Dacha was like, okay, it made me calm.
Thank you. I'm very happy listening to this.
Yeah, it is. But tell me something. The thing is, okay, these films got immense appreciation from the audience side, and the side A, side B more made good money at box office as well. But at the same time, there is some negative side to that film as well, where people were like, okay, it could be taking a reference from the other films, or people were like, okay, this is not my kind of a film, kind of. There is some negative thing as well. How are you able to take that?
No, it's once the film is out, you have to listen to everything that is being said about it. So I take everything with the equal. I don't take the praise too seriously. I don't take the negative too seriously, because I have put my 100% in what I wanted to do. Not one day I have gone back and said I should have done better. I have that satisfaction. Now the film belongs to the person who has paid the ticket. I can't fight with him and say, why are you feeling this way? I will change your mind. I can't. He has felt bored in the film. Lots of people have complained that the film was slow. I can't tell him, no, it is, you are not understanding. I can't do that. It is his right. He has paid money to speak his mind. If he's watching the film for free and then he's saying it, then I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about your opinion. You haven't bought the ticket.
True.
Even at home, you're still having a subscription. So you are free to opine after the film is out, after you have experienced it. But what I would hope is that the person thinks that there is a very strong consideration for the time that the person has given, that I have made sure that I have, I've kept that in mind when I'm making the film. My intention is not to bore the person. So every time I look at it, I'm like, okay, this person is feeling boredom here. There must be some reason. If so many people are feeling that way, just as much, there are thousands, lakhs of people who have loved Sapta. There are thousands of people who have not found it as engaging, who have had problems with it.
True.
I have to listen to both to evolve as a filmmaker.
Okay.
Some of it is really stupid. Some of the feedback will be really stupid, which I will put it in that bracket, saying, okay, this is coming from a place which is not very, it's very immature.
Okay.
It might be because it's like, that film did this, why didn't you do this? I don't want to be another filmmaker. I want to be my own self. So like that, if the feedback is like that, then I don't take it seriously. But some feedback makes me think. I'm like, okay, why did I make that decision? So there are some, so I on social media have 2 separate folders where I bookmark all the praise and all the insults.
Okay.
So whenever I'm feeling very confident, I look at the insults. Just to be like, okay, boss, you're not so super also. When I'm feeling little down, I look at the praise. Okay. So life is somewhere in between.
Cool. So, there are many directors from Telugu industry also who loved Saptasagar Dacha. Recently, in the same space, I was discussing with Nandini Reddy. So she was like, Saptasagar Dache-lo, both side A and side B made me cry, made me like too much emotional, that whatever the weight I was carrying since a very long time in my mind or heart, I was able to vent that out through crying or whatever the thing is, but I was able to vent it out. So that was something very personal I have heard about Saptasagar Dache, that too from coming from a female director.
I am so grateful for Nandini Garu. She is the best thing that has happened to Sapta.
Okay.
She, Rahul, Ravindran are easily the best things that have happened to me, happened to the film. Because see, what happens is sometimes the film, the number of people who have watched Sapta in Telugu industry because of Nandini Garu and Rahul is crazy. She has personally gone and told, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. And I'm like, so much love that somebody has given for somebody else's film. I am like, I was speechless. I was so like, I will forever, be grateful for her. I keep telling her, you're the best thing that's happened to Sapta. Because see, when I love a film, I will go speak about it to 100 people. I'm the kind of a person, if I really like a film, I'll book tickets for other people and say, I've booked tickets, go watch. So it's very nice when that thing comes back to you, where somebody else is doing that for your film. It's very special. So it's very, very nice to. I was telling recently that your fame, success, money, all that is important and very crucial. But the highest kind of feeling is when somebody comes and says, I watched your film, it changed my life, or it made me feel this way. I will remember it. Those characters still I think about. That is not quantifiable by money, That is priceless. So I'm very grateful.
Super. So what is the Dinosaur Connect for Operation 666?
What is the
Dinosaur Connect?
There is no dinosaur.
Because the dinosaur shared the teaser yesterday.
Oh, like that. Oh no, there's no correction. It's just my producer is it was my producer basically who reached out, and he
Vaishak. Okay, so that's the reason Prabhas posted about it.
There's no, there is nothing more I can say. When you said dinosaur, I was like, 1 second. But it really, I checked my feed 2-3 times to see if it is, because you have so many fake accounts.
Okay.
I was like,
is it originally Prabhas?
Original.
Okay.
Then I was like, crazy. Like, I didn't understand. First half an hour, I was like in a trance. But I'm so grateful. It's incredibly special. If you open the Telugu section comments and see, it is only who has come here after Prabhas Garu's story. True. It is like whatever people are watching is because of Nani Garu and Prabhas Garu sharing the trailer, the teaser. Very grateful.
True. And you are sharing your Raja Sab experience as well earlier.
Though for me, I was telling the way people watch films here is something. It is unprecedented. It's a celebration. It's like it's completely bonkers. If I have to explain to a non-Indian what is an Indian film experience, I would show 2-3 videos. One would be Rajni sir's film ka entrance, where they throw money and all that, which I've experienced in Bangalore during Shivaji. That was my first. I was like, it's just a film. Why are you throwing? Like, I'm getting hurt. Somebody might fall. Somebody might. They don't care. It's like they're lost. People, getting into a plane, traveling from Malaysia to Chennai to watch the first show. It's like complete madness, no? It's like and so when Raja Saab released, I'd seen the trailer, obviously. I'd really found the trailer to be like, wow, some crazy world they have built. And that crocodile and all came, I was like, superb. Something must be there, I want to watch. Then before one of the reels, closer to the release, on the day of the release, I think, full celebration, fans and all are dancing. In between, there is an actual crocodile that somebody is carrying. I have watched that video so many times because I'm thinking from the crocodile's point of view. He's aram se swimming in one lake, wondering, going about his business. Cut to Prabhas Garu's film is released, somebody's carrying crocodile.
the theatre.
I was like, what kind of craze that is? Just to view that is a magic, So yeah, it's very special.
No, that was very sweet to listen from you.
Yeah, it is completely like I every time I think about the crocodile from the crocodile's perspective, and they'd close the mouth.
They had to.
Brilliant. Okay.
But what was your introduction to Telugu cinema or the Telugu film industry?
That is Chiranjeevi sir.
Okay, okay.
In fact, the thriller, the dance, the Michael Jackson. There is a dance sequence.
Yeah.
His earlier films is something that the way he danced. The very famous song Bangara. I'm forgetting the.
Oh, Bangar Kodupetta.
I used to dance to that when I was a kid.
Okay.
So
Garanamagudu.
Yeah. Garanamagudu. Yeah. So that I'm huge fan. Like his eyes is something that is super special. Like the way he uses his eyes and how much expression is there in his eyes. I think all these legends, even Shivanna, whenever I shoot his close-ups, when I shoot his eyes, there's some magic there.
Yeah.
So that was my earliest introduction and memory. The film that I have watched the most is Atadu. I have watched that easily 18-19 times. I watched because it's a textbook in learning what commercial cinema writing is. Everything is new and fresh in the film. I still remember sequences like to show heroism. There is one sequence where the villain in the fight, he comes running, but he's already Mahesh Babu Garu has already hit everybody. The fighter comes running and then picks up the cycle and just
Cycle and you look off.
I was like, because films don't acknowledge that fighters are also human beings. They just get beat. Like that is their job. This is the first time I saw a film where the fighter is like, I have to go home. I don't want to be part of this.
I'll give back the money as well.
Yeah, that was so fresh. It was like moments like that, and even the entire plot. Love it. I loved. So yeah, I watch all kinds of films. But
Cool,
yeah.
cool. So, but Hemanth, like when we were discussing about world cinema earlier, around easily some 4-5 years back, Kannada cinema used to be a part of at least some 30 to 40% of contribution for Indian cinema.
Correct.
Because there are huge actors, great actors like Upendra sir, Shivraj Kumar, and even before that Kannada Rajkumar sir. There are so many legends used to be in the industry, and there used to be some original films from the industry with great craft as well. But because I don't know, because of the KGF effect or whatever happened to Kannada film industry, I used to stay in Bangalore for 1.5 year kind of. I was there for almost 2 years. In those 2 years, I actually watched each and every film that released in the theaters. In the whole timeline of 2 years, post-corona, that was 2022. In those 2 years, I was able to watch hardly 5 to 10 films in the 2 years. Only 10 films, 10 Kannada films I was able to watch in theater. Rest all are non-Kannada films, the Telugu, Tamil, other industries. So what's happening with Kannada industry?
I think it's a cyclical thing. It happens with every industry.
It happens with every industry, but the thing is with Kannada cinema, it is been consistent. The problem is the cycle changes, the circle turns.
Yeah.
The time will take a side for sure.
Yeah.
But it's been consistent. That's my problem. See, Malayalam cinema had its lowest phase,
Correct.
where the B grade films were ruling the industry.
Correct.
Telugu cinema also had a low phase where there were no films running, and even the bigger heroes films were going on complete disasters kind of.
Correct.
Even Tamil cinema had it phase when there are even the Rajnikant films were not running well.
Correct.
And Ajit, no other star films were working. But for Kannada cinema, I don't know, because of the effect of KGF or the stamp that is made out on the audiences or the filmmakers, because everyone is trying to copy the kind of a style or the making.
No, but I feel it is KGF should always be spoken about in the most positive way, sir.
Yeah, it should
because
be, yes.
See, they did something that is very unique identity and vision that Prashant had. Now, that is his. The problem is that people are chasing the success of KGF. That is the problem, I feel. People should find their own voice and their own storytelling. When that doesn't happen, see, I was saying people don't care how much money you make the film in. They don't care if it is a 200 crore film, 100 crore film, 300 crore film. You can make it in 30 rupees. For them, they want to be entertained in the theater.
They should have an experience.
Experience. And if you take your eyes off the ball and are behind something else, the fall off from the audience is brutal today, 10 times more than what it was
earlier.
2-3 years ago because of social media. If I have paid money and if I'm disappointed, I will instantly tell 10 people. And the answer to that is not, trying to, there's this culture of gagging the audience, banning reviews. We live in a democracy. People pay money, they experience, they don't like it, they should be free enough to come and say, I don't like the film. I'm not 100% behind it. I can understand because there is also, PR campaigns, people are paid money to troll. So it's a nuanced debate.
Shit happens in the world.
It's not just that. But I think we have to definitely take a hard look at ourselves and say we can do better. I feel it's a wonderful opportunity right now when the going gets tough, when the turf is, when the playfield is so dangerous, is when a good player can emerge. When the conditions are tough, like if you look at Test cricket, the great ones are able to, perform well because they are rising up to the occasion. So I look at it as a with lot of hope for new filmmakers, and there are lots because I produce also. I look at a lot of young filmmakers, short films, and all of that. There is a huge wave of Kannada filmmakers who are looking to tell authentic stories.
Yeah, and so from so.
Exactly. So I think it is we are just seeing, that. So I like disruptions like So From So because it is a very good reminder to everybody in the industry who believes, I know, if I do this, it will become this. So when a So From So comes and does that, it will make you think, okay, maybe I don't know everything. So we need those kind of moments, and the more it happens, the better. But I feel good things are around the corner.
Rajbi Shetty is the one who actually told the truth. We are unnecessarily targeting the global audience with the global content. We should actually target them with the local content. The regional content is the new global.
Correct.
So that's what even Rajamouli said recently.
Yeah.
When he was he went to London recently for some Hall of Fame event kind of while promoting RRR and EGA kind of films. So there he mentioned, is there any change in your storytelling because you are targeting the global audience with this? He simply told that, see, the grandeur might increase, but the storytelling will be the same rooted thing because I want to tell my roots. I want to introduce my roots of cinema to the global audience.
Correct.
So it will be rooted.
Correct. I 100% subscribe to the same philosophy that we come from some place, all of us. If our art, at the end of it, no sir, you can call it commercial cinema, you can call it whatever it is, there is an art form to this.
True.
To this madness. Ultimately, if you look at it and strip it down from all of it, music is an art form, photography is an art form, performance is an art form. All of this has to be rooted in human nature and human culture. It could be a very imaginative world, but people should come from somewhere still. Only then will you be able to experience it, experience it as a film. A film that doesn't have any identity will feel like it is all over the place. It will feel like it doesn't belong anywhere. That is not a good... all films that have failed will have that in common. There are films which will have all of this but will also fail. But I feel,
the balance should be there.
Balance should be there, yeah.
It is. No, that's beautifully good actually. So hopefully Kannada cinema should rise because when I was checking for the numbers, specifically how much Kannada cinema did in the last 2 financial years kind of, when we look at the actual numbers, only a single digit of revenue was made from the Kannada films. Single digit. I'm not mentioning the number. single digit of revenue, which was, or for example, if it's a 1,000 crore market of Karnataka industry, a single digit was made from the Kannada films. The rest is from the non-Kannada films. So
I like, a part of me wants to like immediately be like, no, that is not the case. But I have to be, the first step to change is to accept mistakes and to accept the situation. Only then you can say, okay, now let's fix it, or let's work towards betterment. You can't live in denial. So I feel whatever you're saying is true. We, as an insider of the industry, as somebody who wishes nothing more than the betterment of Kannada cinema as a whole, I would want nothing more than each Kannada film that releases to do well. I hope that changes. I hope we are running behind the right kind of films. I think if we go back to the roots of good storytelling, the reason why people still talk about Rajkumar no sir is because Rajkumar sir, Annoru made characters that still people carry. True. That his good deeds, his actions in the character, people still carry with them.
Yeah.
And that means something fundamentally right he was doing. Even with Anant Nag sir, his comedy, his mannerisms, and his storytelling, people, when I think about it, I can smile, I can laugh, because Anant Nag sir had that. He he gave me that experience. If we go back to basics, it's like that moment in F1 where Brad Pitt talks about the joy of racing. You have to have joy of storytelling. You have to have joy of filmmaking. You have the joy of cinema cannot be vacant when you are making the film. If that is not there, then it will be difficult. If we have that in place, I feel people will be able to resonate in the theaters. It's not a guarantee, but
filmmakers should also fly.
Yeah.
Like how Brad Pitt flies in the film. True, Hemanth. So hopefully, Kannada cinema should be back on its toes, and it should make a good and original content, and you should be a part of it. And hope the Shetty Mafia also they like widen their.
No, there are lots of people, lots of interesting young filmmakers.
There are, but the Shetty Mafia is the only thing I can see right now.
No, I'm sure there are. They are
nurturing right now, might be.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm positive that there are more to come.
So hopefully, thank you so much for your time. I'm glad for this.
Thank you.